Hello guys! So let me welcome you to our third lecture video on shareholders equity. This time we will focus on accounting for share capital transactions subsequent to original issuance. So, ano yung mga i-discuss nating topics under this video? First, treasury shares, retirement of shares, splits, share rights, preference shares with share warrants, and conversion of preference shares. So medyo marami tayong i-discuss dito sa third part ng lecture video natin for shareholders equity. Don't worry, i-explain natin siya ng simple lang para maintindihan nyo kung paano ina-account ang iba-ibang transactions for shareholders equity. Okay, first topic, treasury shares. First, what is a treasury share? Treasury shares, it is a corporation's own shares that have been issued and reacquired but not canceled. Ang senaryo kasi ng treasury shares, binili or binayback ulit ng corporation from the shareholder yung mga shares. Pero, hindi niya pa kinakancel. Kasi pag sinabi natin kinakancel ang shares, meaning, nire-retire niya na yung shares. From being issued, magiging unissued na siya. Pero since hindi pa naman canceled, ang tawag doon, treasury shares. So, ang question natin dito, sino may hawak ng treasury shares? Answer, si corporation naman. Ito yung mga shares na wala sa kamay ng shareholders, pero na kay corporation. How do we present treasury shares in our financial statements? It is presented as a deduction from total shareholders equity. So kung napapansin nyo dun sa first video natin, di ba? One of the components of total SHE is the treasury shares. So nandito tayo sa ibang components ng SHE. Sa part 2 kasi ng lecture video natin, diniscuss lang natin dun ay si total contributed capital. Namely, share capital, subscribed share capital, share premium. Okay? Pagdating sa third part, nasa ibang component naman tayo ng SHE. Okay? Now, how do we account for treasury shares? We are accounting for treasury shares by using the cost method. Trivia, actually dalawa ang method ng pag-account sa treasury shares. Nandyan si number 1, cost method, number 2, par value method. Ang par value method, hindi natin yan ginagamit dito sa Pilipinas. Ginagamit yan sa ibang bansa, pero dito sa Pilipinas, hindi siya ginagamit. Therefore, ang mga illustrations ko for treasury shares will be using cost method only. Alright? Now, how do we apply the cost method? First, treasury shares are recorded at cost. Kaya nga siya tinawag na cost method kasi nire-record natin ang treasury shares at cost. Then, for the reissuance, it will be accounted as follows under the cost method. There will be two scenarios. Reissuance price will be higher than cost and reissuance price will be less than cost. Okay, eto lang. Tandaan nyo, pag sinabi nating reissuance price, yan yung perang matatanggap nyo sa shareholder na bibili ng treasury shares mo. So that is a form of cash inflow. Yung cost, yan yung nilabas mong pera nung binili mo ang mga shares from the shareholder or from the previous shareholder. Okay? Sige. Now, for the first scenario, let's say reissuance price is 100 pesos. Nakatanggap ka ng 100 pesos nung reissue mo yung treasury shares. Versus cost, nung binili mo kay previous shareholder yung shares, nagbayad ka ng 90 pesos. Oh, by using those assumed figures, what do you think will be the result of the reissuance of the treasury shares? Answer, it is a gain. Tama? It is a gain on the part of the corporation. But, there is a catch. Hindi tayo pwedeng mag-record ng gain or loss pag nagkakaroon ng transactions with the owners. Tandaan nyo yung mga basic principles ng accounting, ha? Hindi tayo pwedeng mag-record ng gain or loss or income or expense whenever the transaction is with an owner. Since ang katransact natin sa treasury shares ay mga owners, hindi tayo pwedeng mag-recognize ng gain or loss. Saan natin ilalagay yung gain na makukuha natin dito sa first scenario? That is to be credited to the share premium treasury shares. Okay? Tandaan nyo, bawal mag-record ng gain or ng income pag may katransact tayo sa owners. Okay? So, ang gain dito sa first scenario natin ay i-credit kay share premium treasury shares. Ayan. Clear tayo. So, kapag medyo nakakalimutan niyo yung rules, mag-assume kayo ng figures at matatandaan nyo kaagad yung mga rulings natin doon. Gets? Huwag mag-memorize. Marami kasing concepts ang accounting, mahirap yan i-memorize lahat. Dapat naiintindihan nyo ang mga underlying concepts behind those accounting rules. Okay. Second, for the second scenario, mas mataas naman yung cost. Ano ang analysis natin dito? Mas mataas yung nilabas mong pera kaysa sa matatanggap mong pera ngayon. For example, reissuance price, 100. Then the cost, 120. Naglabas ka ng 120 pesos nung binili mo yun sa previous shareholder. Tapos, nung nire-issue mo sa bagong shareholder, nakatanggap ka ng amount lower than the cost. So, anong result ng reissuance? That's it. That's correct. Loss. Pero, ika nga, bawal tayo mag-recognize ng gain or loss. Therefore, saan natin ilalagay ang loss na ito? Answer natin, meron tayong priority list. Dito sa priority list, may dalawa tayong items. The first item in this priority list is that i-charge mo itong loss or yung deficiency sa share premium treasury shares of the same class. Highlight, same class. Kasi pwedeng magkaroon ng treasury shares ang preference shares, pwede rin magkaroon ng treasury shares ang ordinary shares. Okay? Therefore, dapat specific tayo, the same class of share. Okay? Pero kapag naubos ito, or wala ka namang existing share premium arising from treasury shares of the same class, retained earnings ang i-debit natin. Okay? Priority list. First, share premium treasury shares of the same class. Pag ubos or wala, retained earnings tayo. Okay? Illustrative problem involving treasury shares. The corporation acquired 2,000 of its ordinary shares at 150 per share. Subsequently, all of the treasury shares were reissued at 180 per share. Okay. I-journalize natin ang treasury share transactions. First, yung pag-acquire muna. Ano ang journal entry natin kapag in-acquire itong shares na to? Debit, treasury shares. Anong method? Cost method. So, ni-record natin ang treasury shares at cost. Di ba? 2,000 times 150. Alright. Next, reissuance. Since lahat naman ay ni-reissue, magkano? 180. Magkano reissuance price natin? 180. Magkano cost? 150. So, what is the result? Gain. Di ba? Gain tayo. Pero, ano sabi ko? Bawal mag-recognize ng gain. Kaya saan ang pasok ng gain? Share premium. So, debit cash for the amount received, 180 times 2,000, credit the treasury shares. At cost, tatanggalin na natin yung treasury shares since na-dispose naman na siya. Di ba? Then, the amount in excess of cost will be credited to share premium treasury shares. Madali lang, di ba? Okay. Paano siya kinompute? Alam niyo na kung paano yan kinompute. Based on journal entries, makikita niyo na kaagad yung computation, di ba? Pero for your own reference, binigay ko na rin yung solution. Reissuance price versus cost, there is a share premium. Okay. Next, what if naman? Assume instead that the treasury shares were reissued at 140 per share. So, the same cost, except that, iniba ko ang reissuance price. So, entry, debit, cash. Magkano? 2,000 times 140. Next, credit, treasury shares at cost. Okay? Ayan. Now, meron tayong floating amount na 20,000. Based on our information, reissuance price 140 versus cost of 150. Ano result ng reissuance? May loss. Kaso bawal tayo mag-recognize ng loss, tama? So, saan natin i-charge yung loss? Order of priority, number 1, share premium arising from treasury share transaction of the same class. Pag wala or ubos, number 2, retained earnings. Now, do we have any existing share premium arising from treasury shares of the same class? Answer? Sir, meron. Di ba yung kanina? Answer? Wag niyong i-assume na konektado itong dalawang case natin. Kasi ito, what if assumption na to. Meaning, independent assumption na siya. Wala siyang connection sa una. Therefore, ignore nyo na yung first example or yung first illustration. So, in this what if assumption, there is no existing share premium arising from treasury share transactions of the same class. Therefore, pag wala, saan ang lagay? Retained earnings na. Okay? Clear tayo. Tandaan niyo lang yung priority list na inintroduce ko kanina. So, for the computation, ayan, reissuance price versus cost pa rin. Then, may makukompute kayong deficiency. Next, tapos na tayo sa treasury shares. Next, retirement naman. When we say retirement, this involves cancellation na. Ang pinagkaiba niya kay treasury shares, etong retirement, from being issued, magiging unissued na siya. Ni-cancel na, ni-retire na, hindi na siya pwedeng i-reissue ulit. Okay? Sige. So, how do we account for retirement? Dalawa scenario natin. Retirement price is lower than issuance price and retirement price will be higher than issuance price. Before tayo magpatuloy, pag sinabi nating retirement price, yan yung perang ipambabayad mo dun sa shareholder na re-retirean mo ng shares. Ang issuance price naman, yan yung perang natanggap mo nung in-issue mo yung shares dati. Okay? So, retirement price is the cash outflow while the issuance price is the cash inflow noon. Okay? Sige. So, first case. Let's say the retirement price is 100 pesos. Pero, nung in-issue mo yung shares dati, nakatanggap ka ng, let's say, 150 pesos. What do you think will be the result of the retirement? Answer is, gain. Bakit? Mas mababa yung perang nilabas mo ngayon kesa sa natanggap mong pera dati. Kaso, katransact mo pa rin dito, owner. So, bawal natin i-recognize yung gain. Saan natin siya ipapasok? Answer, share premium retirement. Similar yung rule ng retirement kay treasury shares. Okay? So, ang sagot natin, for the first case, the excess will be credited to the share premium retirement. Next, for the second scenario, let's assume, for example, retirement price 100, pero nung in-issue mo siya dati, nakatanggap ka lang ng 80 pesos. What do you think will be the result of the retirement? Answer is, may loss. Kaso, owner na naman ang katransact natin dito. Saan natin ipapasok yung loss? Meron tayong order of priority. Similar siya sa treasury shares except that tatlo ang laman ng priority list natin this time. Ano yung tatlong laman? Number 1, share premium from original issuance. Pero yung amount na ipambabawas nyo lang dyan sa share premium na yan would be prorata. Mamaya, makikita nyo kung anong ibig sabihin sa prorata. Okay? Sige. Next. Pagkatapos ng first item, bababa na tayo sa share premium treasury shares, dapat the same class pa rin. Okay? Same class of shares. Then, pag naubos yan, retained earnings. Okay? Sige. O, problem. Para mas maigtingan ang understanding natin for the retirement. Okay. So, in this problem, there were 5,000 shares retired at 90 per share. So, the retirement price in this in this problem is 90 pesos. Okay? Now, journalize the retirement of the 5,000 shares. Then for the second question, another assumption tayo. Sige, number 1 muna tayo. Now, paano natin i-account muna yung retirement? Compare nyo lang muna yung issuance price versus the retirement price. For the issuance price, how do we compute for that? That is 5,000 shares times 105 per share. So magkano siya? 525,000. Naintindihan nyo? Medyo malabo. Bakit? Kasi hindi natin alam kung saan nakuha yung 105. Wala naman tayong nakitang 105 per share kanina sa problem. Tama ba? Therefore, etong explanation natin. Paano na-compute yung 105? Yan. Doon ko siya binase sa given, par value, and share premium. Tignan nyo ha. Total par value as per the given kanina is 5 million. Then the share premium, 250,000. So magkano total? 5,250,000. Dinivide ko lang siya ng number of shares issued. Ilan yan? 50,000. Therefore, nakuha ko ang average issuance price of 105 pesos. Diyan natin kinuha 105 pesos. Gagawin nyo lang ang ganitong method kapag unavailable ang tinatawag nating original issuance price. Ang original issuance price, specifically identified yan. Specifically identified. Pag given yon, gagamitin nyo kagad yung original issuance price. Pero in case na hindi given ang original issuance price, gagamitin nyo average issuance price. Gets? Okay. So, okay na tayo sa issuance price. For the retirement price, madali na lang yan kasi given yung retirement price kanina. So, magkano? 450,000. Oh, analyze. Ang perang natanggap nyo dati, 525,000. Then, ang perang ilalabas nyo ngayon, 450,000. What is the result? Is it favorable or unfavorable? Answer is favorable. Saan natin nilalagay ang favorable result? Sa gain ba? Hindi. Sa share premium. Diba? Ayan. So, how do we journalize the retirement? Debit, ordinary share capital kasi i-retire na nga siya. Tatanggalin na siya sa issued shares. So, ang valuation, par value pa rin. For the amount of share premium, pro rata basis. Since 105 yung average issuance kanina, 105 minus 100, yun ang share premium na itatanggal natin kay share premium original issuance. Gets? Okay. Then credit cash for the amount of retirement price and the amount in excess will be credited to share premium retirement. Okay? Next. For number 2, assume daw 110 naman ng retirement price. Tama? Okay. Issuance price, the same. 105 pa rin yun. Hindi magbabago yung issuance price natin. Except that yung retirement price nagbago. From 90, naging 110. Diba? Okay. So, magkano ang difference? 25,000. Ano ang result ng retirement? Favorable or unfavorable? Answer, unfavorable naman siya. Bakit? Ang natanggap mong pera dati, 525,000 lang. Pero ang ilalabas mo ngayon, 550. Therefore, unfavorable siya. Kasi mas malaki yung ilalabas mong pera kaysa sa pumasok na pera noon. Diba? So, saan natin ilalagay itong tinatawag nating deficiency or loss? Ano yung nandun kanina sa ano natin? Sa problem. Ay, sa concepts pala. That is, i-charge nyo siya in the order of priority. First, share premium from original issuance. Pro rata basis pa rin. Then, kung meron pa, i-charge nyo yan sa share premium treasury shares of the same class. Okay? Now, may idadagdag lang ako ha. Yung share premium treasury shares, ano yan? Applicable for both share premium treasury shares and retirement. Okay? Pero for retirement, may isa pa tayong share premium na pwedeng hanapin. Ano yon? Share premium retirement. That is still under number 2. ano pa rin, under number 2 pa rin siya. Kasama siya ng treasury shares na share premium. Okay? Pero dapat tatandaan nyo, the same class dapat muna. The same class. Okay? Then, pag naubos pa rin ang retirement, ang share premium retirement, bababa kayo sa pangatlo, which is retained earnings. Okay? Sige. So, meron ba tayong existing share premium from original issuance? Yes. Meron pa ba tayong existing share premium from treasury shares? Answer, wala. Meron ba tayong share premium from retirement existing? Answer, wala. Kasi, another assumption ito. Another assumption siya. Malinaw? Okay. Since wala yung numbers 1 and 2 natin, sana natin papasok tong 25,000? That is retained earnings. Retained earnings. So, the journal entry involves debit, ordinary share capital, at par. Share premium issuance, prorata pa rin. 5,000 shares times 5 pesos per share. Then, the deficiency will be charged to the retained earnings since wala si share premium treasury shares and share premium retirement of the same class. Okay? Malinaw tayo. Next one. Donated shares. Pag sinabi nating donated shares, these are shares received from shareholders by way of donation. Kaya nga tinawag na donated, tama? So pag sinabing donation, libre lang natin nakuha yung mga shares ulit. Okay? So, how do we account for donated shares? That is receipt and reissuance. I-account natin ang donated shares. Number 1, receipt and reissuance of the donated shares. Okay? Pag nakatanggap tayo ng donated shares, how do we account? Memorandum entry lang. Then kapag nire-issue nyo ang donated shares, that will involve a journal entry. Debit cash, credit, donated capital. Okay, chill lang. Now, saan natin unang nakita ang donated capital? Di ba sa first video pa lang nakita nyo na si donated capital? Saan siya nakalagay? Under share premium. Therefore, ang donated capital, that is part of the share premium. Clear? Okay. O, splits naman. Pag sinabi nating splits, this is a decision of the directors of the corporation to increase or decrease the number of shares. How do we account for share splits? Through memorandum entry lang. Hindi natin gina-journalize ang share split. Okay? Now, there are two forms of share split. Split up, split down. Pag sinabi nating split up, dadami ang number of shares, kaso bababa ang par value per share or stated value. Tandaan, pag sinabing split up, dadami ang number of shares pero bababa ang par or stated value. Next, example niya would be 2-for-1 split. Ganitong pagkakabasa natin. Ang unang numerong makikita natin, that is your numerator. Then yung pangalawang numerong makikita natin, that is your denominator. So kapag ginawa yung fraction yung 2-for-1, magiging 2/1. Analysis, surrender 1 share in exchange of 2 shares. Diba? Ganyan ang split up. Dadami yung number of shares pero bababa yung par value per share. Next, split down. Kabaliktaran siya ng split up. Bababa yung number of shares pero tataas ang par value per share. Example, 1/4-2. Ano sabi ko kanina? Ang unang numero, numerator. Ang pangalawang numero, denominator. So pag ginawa nating fraction yan, 1/2 or 1/2. Surrender 2 shares in exchange of 1 share. Clear? Okay. Problem. Para mas maintindihan natin itong mga concept, ilalagay natin siya through illustrations. Kasi mahirap naman kung puro discussions lang. Tama? Dapat maintindihan nyo rin siya through applications. Sige. So, in this problem, JJ Company had 100,000 10 peso par value ordinary shares outstanding. So, two cases. Effective 2-for-1 split and 1-for-2 split. Okay, case 1 muna tayo. Paano mangyayari ang share split? Okay? Yan. Ganito lang analysis natin kapag nagkakaroon ng share splits. Meron tayong number of shares, amount, par value per share. Then, before and after split. So, first step, pakilatag nga lang kung magkano or kung ilan yung shares before split, magkano yung total amount, and magkano yung par value before the split. Ayan. So, before split, meron daw tayong 100,000 shares. Amount is 1 million. Paano na-compute? 100,000 times 10. Then, par value is 10. Okay. After split, since 2-for-1, dodoble yung 100,000. So, 100,000 times 2/1, magkano siya after split? 200,000. So, ilang shares ilang new shares ang i-issue ng company? That is 100,000. Magkano amount? Answer? 0. Walang magbabago dyan. Sabi nga natin, may tataas, may bababa. Therefore, nag-o-offset sila. Nag-o-offset lang ito. Okay? Kaya, dito, for the newly issued shares, walang amount tayong i-assign kasi nag-split lang naman sila. Okay? Now, magkano amount after split? Answer, since wala namang changes, 1 million pa rin. Pero, magkano na lang ang par value after split? Tingnan natin. 1 million divided by 200,000 is 5 pesos. Consistent ba siya doon sa pinakita kong rules kanina? Under the rule of split up, ano nangyari sa number of shares? Tumaas. Ano nangyari sa par value per share pag nag-split up? Bumaba. Bumaba nga ba talaga? Yes. That's for your case number 1. Case 2. Ganun pa rin. The same table, may before and after splits. Latag natin before split. Balik tayo sa simula. 100,000 pa rin, may 1 million, par value 10 pesos pa rin. After split, ilan na lang shares natin? Since nag-effect ng 1-for-2, ano mangyari? Split down. So that would be 100,000 times 1/2, magiging 50,000 na lang siya. Magkano binawas natin? 50,000. Magkano yung amount na ibabawas sa total par value? 0. Kasi nga, walang effect yan sa total amount natin. So, magkano yung updated amount after split? 1 million pa rin. But, magkano par value per share after split? 1 million divided by 50,000. How much? That would be 20 pesos. Consistent ba siya sa split down natin kanina? Bumaba number of shares, pero tumaas ang par value. Gets? Okay. Okay, so let's move on to the next subtopic, share rights. What is a share right? Share rights are granted to existing shareholders to enable to acquire new shares at a specified price. So, ang share rights kasi, nakapaloob yan sa mga shares na binili ng shareholder. Meaning, they have the right to receive share rights. Ano ginagawa ng share rights dito? Ano daw objective niya? To enable the existing shareholders to acquire additional shares. Usually, kapag may share rights na hawak ang shareholder, entitled sila sa special price. Usually, ang special price na yan ay lower than actual market value of the shares para favorable sa part ng mga shareholders. Okay? Now, ang ruling ng corporation code, whenever the corporation will issue new shares, dapat i-offer muna nila yan sa mga existing shareholders. Ang tawag doon ay preemptive rights. Ang tawag sa right na ganon ay preemptive rights. Pero syempre, hindi naman natin yan discuss dito sa accounting kasi hindi naman siya talaga ang focus natin. Ang focus natin, accounting for share rights, not legal basis for share rights. I-discuss na lang yan sa corporation law. Okay? Sige. So, Bakit kailangan daw i-offer muna sa mga existing shareholders ang mga new shares to be issued in order for them to preserve their current shareholdings. For example, ako, shareholder ako ng isang corporation. Gustong mag-issue ng mga panibagong shares yung corporation. Kapag hindi yan kasi sa akin in-offer, ang 20% shareholdings ko, let's say, bababa yan, magda-dilute yan. Kasi dadami yung shareholders eh. Madadilute yung shareholdings ko. Maagrabyado naman ako. Hindi ako papayag nun, di ba? So, for the corporation to protect the rights of its existing shareholders, i-offer niya muna itong mga newly issued shares. Yung mga shares na i-issue niya before offering them to the public. Pag in-accept ko, okay, para ma-preserve ko yung ownership percentage ko. Pero pag in-offer sa akin at hindi ako bumili, wala nang kasalanan yung corporation doon. Talagang madadilute na yung ownership ko kapag umayaw ako doon sa ino-offer nilang new shares. Are we clear? Okay. Yan, nabanggit ko nga, exercise price or yung special price that is usually lower than market price or market value of the shares. How do we account for share rights? There will be 3 scenarios. Issuance of the rights, exercise, and expiration of the rights. How do we account pag nag-issue ng rights yung corporation? Memorandum entry lang. Okay? Pero pag nag-exercise ng rights ang mga shareholders, normal entry for issuance of shares. Ano yun? Debit cash, credit share capital, credit share premium. Pag nag-expire naman yung rights, memorandum entry lang din siya. Okay? So, out of the 3 scenarios, alin dyan ang may journal entry lang? That is, the exercise of the rights. Normal entry lang siya ng issuance. Next, preference shares with share warrants. Ang preference shares, maraming features yan eh. Kaya nga tinawag siyang preference shares kasi preferred. Meaning, mas nakakataas siya kesa sa ordinary shares. Okay? Now, one of the features, pwede siyang samahan ng ibang securities. That is, share warrants. One of the securities na pwedeng i-attach sa kanya, share warrants. How do we account for the preference shares issued with share warrants? The consideration to be received from the issuance of preference shares with share warrants shall be allocated between these 2 securities. Kasi parang lumalabas, 2 securities ang binenta rito. Kaya, i-allocate nyo yung basket price, parang basket price ulit siya, doon sa, number 1, preference share, number 2, warrants. Paano i-allocate? Market value approach pa rin. Similar siya sa lump sum issuance natin kanina sa second video natin. Okay? Now, if the market value of one security is not determinable, hindi natin kakayanin gawin yung market value approach. Therefore, we will apply the residual approach. Similar pa rin siya sa lump sum issuance. Okay. Kahit similar, bigyan natin siya ng example. In this problem, the corporation issued 20,000 preference shares, 200 par value of preference shares for 6.5 million. Each preference share has a share warrant attached to it. 2 warrants must be surrendered to acquire 1 ordinary share at 60 per share. Okay? So, ayan. There will be 4 requirements. Allocate the issue price. Journalize the issuance of ordinary shares assuming all share warrants were exercised. Journalize kung 60% lang daw ang in-exercise. Okay. Numbers 1 and 2 muna tayo. Allocate and journalize the issuance of preference shares. First, iaan natin siya, allocate. Next, paano i-allocate? Di ba, relative market value approach? Ganyan lang. Kukumputin nyo lang yung market value ng preference shares and warrants. Pagkatapos makompute yung market values nila, add nyo lang yung dalawa para ma-develop yung fraction. So, magkano ma-allocate kay preference, magkano ma-allocate kay warrants. That is, for preference share, 6 million. Then for the warrants, 500,000. Tapos na natin yung number 1 dito. Number 2, journal entry. Debit, cash for the basket price, credit, preference share capital, share premium. Paano nakuha yung share premium? Di ba yung par value ng preference share capital natin ay 4 million? Paki-minus lang yung 4 million dun sa allocated issuance price na 6 million. Kaya nakuha natin yung 2 million share premium. Then, for the amount allocated to the warrants, ang account title na i-assign natin, share warrants outstanding. Ano nature ng share warrants outstanding account? That is a share premium account. Nakita nyo rin ba siya sa natin, first lecture video? One of the sources of share premium would be share warrants. Yan na yun. Share warrants outstanding. Number 3, journalize the issuance of ordinary shares kung lahat daw yun ay may issue. O lahat ng share warrants na exercise. So how do we account for that? First, compute for the cash received. How do we compute for the cash received? That is, number of ordinary shares to be issued multiplied by exercise price. Magkano exercise price kanina? Di ba 60 pesos? So that would be 10,000 shares times 60 pesos. Sir, saan nakuha yung 10,000 shares? Yan yung number ng ordinary shares na i-issue. Paano nalaman na 10,000 yun, sir? Tandaan nyo, ilang warrants daw ang kailangang i-surrender in order for the shareholder to acquire 1 ordinary share? Di ba dalawa? Since 20,000 preference shares ang in-issue, 20,000 share warrants ang i-exercise. Pero kailangan mag-surrender ng dalawa, kaya divided by 2. Kaya nahati siya into 10,000. Gets? Okay. So 10,000 times 3, 600,000. Plus, the amount of share warrants outstanding na tatanggalin na natin kasi in-exercise na eh. Since in-exercise na yung mga share warrants, kailangan na matanggal sa records natin yung share warrants outstanding. So magkano tatanggalin natin? Since lahat naman pala ng share warrants ay may exercise, 100% of that will be removed na. So 500,000. Magkano total nila? 1.1 million. Next, ima-minus na natin yung par value ng ordinary shares issued para ma-compute natin yung tinatawag nating share premium issuance. That is, par value, 10,000 times 50, then you will get share premium of 600,000. Alright? Entry? Ito na entry natin. Debit cash, na-compute yan. Debit, share warrants outstanding, tinatanggal na natin sa records natin yan kasi ini-exercise na eh. Then credit, ordinary share capital, and credit share premium. Ganyan lang ang magiging journal entry kapag nag-exercise ng warrants. Next. What if instead of 100% of the share warrants were exercised, what if 60% lang daw? Hindi lahat in-exercise pero 60%. Paano mangyayari doon? That would be, kukumputin pa rin natin yung cash received. Ilang shares kaya na ordinary shares ang may issue this time? That is, 60% of what? Of 10,000 shares. Kaya 6,000 lang. Ulitin ko paano na-compute yung 6,000 shares? That is, 10,000 ordinary shares at max times 60%. Okay? Or, pwede nyo rin gawin 20,000 share warrants times 60% divided by 2. Tandaan nyo, 2 warrants for 1 ordinary shares. So, 360,000 cash received plus share warrants outstanding. Since 60% pa lang naman ang ini-exercise dito, 60% lang din ang tatanggalin natin for share warrants outstanding. Ang share warrants outstanding na 500,000, attributable yan sa lahat ng share warrants. Since 60% pa lang ng share warrants in exercise, 60% lang muna tatanggalin natin. Gets? Okay. Paki-add, 660,000 minus par. Par value of the ordinary shares issued, 6,000 times 50. That is 300. Magkano share premium natin? That is share premium of 360,000. Journal entry, debit cash, debit share warrants outstanding, credit ordinary share capital, share premium. Same entry, mag-iiba lang yung amounts. Are we clear? Okay. That's for your preference shares with share warrants. Next, what if? Pag sinabing what if, another assumption tayo. Assume the same information except that the market value is not available for the share warrants. So, paano daw natin i-allocate ang basket price kapag ganito ang scenario? Okay? Paano? Residual approach. That would be issuance price of 6.5 million minus issuance price allocated to the security with available fair value. Sino yun? Si preference share na lang. Diba? So that would be 20,000 times 240. Paki-minus lang yung total market value ni preference share. Any residual amount will be assigned to the security without the fair value. Kaya, yung residual amount, ilalagay na natin yan kay share warrants. Entry, debit cash, credit preference share capital, then credit share premium, and share warrants outstanding. Yan lang i-account natin for what if. Kasi nga, allocation lang. For the exercising the same procedures. Clear? Okay. Last topic I think, convertible preference shares. Ano naman ang ibig sabihin ng convertible preference shares? Ito yung mga preference shares na pwede nating i-convert or i-exchange into ordinary shares. Yan lang ang ibig sabihin ng convertible preference shares. Okay. Problem on convertible preference shares. So, the company issued for 220 per share, 15,000 convertible preference shares of 200 par value. One preference share may be converted into 3 ordinary shares. So, ang ratio natin dito, 1 preference share is equivalent to 3 ordinary shares. At the option of the preference shareholder. Tama? Okay. So, at year-end, all of the preference shares were converted into ordinary shares and the market value at the conversion date is 80 pesos. Journalize the foregoing. Okay. First, let's journalize the issuance of convertible preference shares. May problema ba tayo dito? Wala. Normal issuance lang naman to eh. So that is debit cash, credit preference share capital, credit share premium. Next, conversion. Ito focus natin, yung conversion. Paano natin gino-journalize ang conversion process ng preference share? That is, kailangan na natin tanggalin ang preference share. Since lahat ng preference share i-convert into ordinary share capital, tatanggalin natin yung preference share capital at 100% and also yung kaakibat niyang share premium kanina, tatanggalin din natin yan. Then, ano ang mga credit? Converted into ordinary shares. Ano nga ulit yung ratio natin? 1 preference share is equivalent to 3 ordinary shares. Kaya, 15,000 preference shares times 3 ordinary share per preference share, ilang ordinary shares ang i-issue? 45,000. Times par, 50 pesos, then any amount or any residual amount will be credited to share premium ordinary. Okay? That's for the conversion of preference shares. What if naman tayo? Okay. Assume instead na 15,000 preference shares ang i-convert natin, paano kung 10,000 preference shares lang ang kinonvert? Paano natin i-journalize yun? Similar fashion, debit, preference share capital. Except that, hindi na 100% ang tatanggalin natin. Ang tatanggalin lang natin would be attributable to the 10,000 preference shares converted. Then, ganon din sa share premium. Proportionate nyo lang siya, 10/15. Since yung mga amounts kanina sa issuance pa lang niya ay attributable sa 15,000 shares. Okay? Credit, ordinary share capital, 10,000 preference shares times 3, 30,000. Doon nakuha yung 30,000 shares of ordinary shares. Then, residual amount credited to share premium. That's it. That's your journal entry for this what-if assumption. Okay? Now, ano usually tinatanong kapag may conversion ng preference shares? Ang usual na tinatanong dyan would be, magkano yung share premium upon conversion? Ang sagot natin, share premium of 700,000 in this case. Okay? And that's it. That's the end of discussion of our third lecture video for shareholders equity. Refer to the next video for your fourth lesson on shareholders equity involving dividends.